know, Zamfara, do mining, we all know, is in the exclusive list. It's a matter of federal government. Only federal government has the right and power to come into the state and mine natural resources, be it gold, lithium, tantalite, copper, what have you, all sort of natural resources. That is the federal government. The issue of ban that we are talking about, there is ban in place, we all know. We made this ban being there in place by the federal government before we came on board. And this administration of seriousness has complied and is still complying 100% to this ban. As a ministry, head of the Ministry of Environment and Natural Resources, I can testify that His Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal, the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, and the entire state government have not once involved itself in any mining activity. Time without number, we see proposals, requests from investors that wants to come into the state. We always see follow the due process, like the Attorney General has rightly stated. Due process and follow direction. We know there is a ban. We cannot do anything. Mining is in the exclusive list. It belongs to the federal government. Those that have given mining licenses before we came are all been stopped to come into Zamfara State to mine natural resources, except those that have exclusive waiver by the previous administration, which are also been suspended not to partake in any mining activity because of the mining order that was given, ban on all mining activities also that was being given by the executive government, the order that was signed, shoot on site order on whoever is seen in any mining field. Because mining, we believe, is what is part of what is contributing to insecurity in the state. This is a government of seriousness, responsible government that we have never seen its kind in the state. Therefore, we want to disassociate ourselves with what was mentioned in that fabricated news that the state government is mining natural resources. Those are lies, and it's very unfortunate, like we always see when we see things like that. We have seen quite a number of things like this, like the SSG rightly stated, but this people have taken it, whoever is behind this have taken it to another extent. We want to re-emphasize to the general public that the state government of the administration of the Dauda Lawal has no interest and has not once partaken any mining in the state. With this, I want to also remind people that this mining we are talking about, we know there are natural resources in the first state, is the sole right of the federal government, not the state government. Because it's like saying a state in the Niger Delta will claim ownership of oil well that is in that state. It's the same thing with natural resources. It's like I stated, it's in the exclusive list. It belongs to the federal government. It's only federal government. It's a federal government affair that is early in the federal government that can decide that they are lifting the ban or the ban will still be there. We know we are facing security challenges in the state, which this state government is standing first in resolving the security issues that we met in the state. And alhamdulillah, we are always achieving success. But these elements that are behind the scene or behind whatever it is that to tarnish the image of His Excellency, I want to use this opportunity to emphasize that this is a government of seriousness, a responsible government, a government of due process, and we disassociate ourselves with that fabrication that is circulating on the media. Thank you so much. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mun taru nan ne mu dan yi gargadi ko kuma mu sanar da mutane akan surutu takarda da aka rubuta kan cewa gwamnatin Dr. Dauda Lawal tana mining bayan ƙasa, tana haƙo ma'adanan ƙasa, tana ba 'yan ta'adda kuɗaɗe domin su ci gaba da abubuwan ta'addancin su ko kuma domin su, kamar yadda mai girma shugaban sakatare na gwamnati ya faɗa, wannan gwamnati tun daga farkonta mun yanke ba za mu yi sulhu da 'yan ta'adda ba. gwamna Dauda Lawal ya zo ne da rescue agenda na ceto jihar Zamfara a halin da ta tsinci kanta. Daga ciki shine babban abin da yake damu a jihar nan shine matsalar tsaro. Wannan gwamnati ba za ta yi sulhu da 'yan ta'adda ba, babu sulhu da 'yan ta'adda. Maganar takarda da ta fito cewa ana ba 'yan ta'adda kuɗi ta ake haƙo ma'adanan ƙasa ana sayarwa domin a yi sulhu da su, wannan ƙarya ce. Ƙarya ce ake yi wa gwamnati, kuma wanda suka yi wannan abin sun san ƙarya suka shirya kuma za su haɗu da Allah. A maganar ma'adanai kamar yadda na faɗa da rashin turanci, ma'adanai na ƙasa hulɗa ce ta gwamnatin tarayya ba ta gwamnatin jihar Zamfara ba. Mun zo mun samu cewa an dakatar da duka wani aiki na haƙar ma'adanai a jihar nan, kuma mun bi wannan doka da gwamnatin tarayya ta bayar na cewa ba aikin ma'adanai a jihar Zamfara saboda matsalar tsaro da ake da ita, har aka samu flyzone cewa jiragen sama ba za su yi flying a iya su da jihar Zamfara ba. Kuma wannan gwamnati mai adalci da ta zo da taimako da ceton al'umma akan halin da suke ciki, ta yi ladabi da biyayya da na'am ga wannan tsari na federal government da ta sa gwamnatin tarayya na cewa ba haƙar ma'adanai, sannan babu sulhu da 'yan ta'adda kamar da na faɗa. Mu ba za mu yi sulhu da 'yan ta'adda ba, sannan ba za mu haƙi ma'adanai ba, don mun samu cewa ba haƙar ma'adanai, sannan mun yi complaint as a ministry babu wani hulɗa da muke yi ta mining, kuma Allah shi ne shi da mu, kuma Allah zai tashi mu, kuma Allah zai muna hisabi akan duk abubuwan da muka aikata. Mun gode sosai.
All political appointees are entitled to voluntary retirements, resignations upon any kind of appointment. So the former IG, to the best of my knowledge, chose to voluntarily resign as the chairman of the State Security Trust Fund. And that was the communication that got to me of his voluntary retirement. And we had to do the administrative taking charge of what we did. And we quickly recommended his replacement as acting in order not to allow vacuum to exist. So all the insinuations that were provided in that document, and in fact, the funds that they are putting on that document, I don't even know why they got it, because the Security Trust Fund barely began operation how many months ago, so there was no way they could have had such an amount of money. So the entire document, I still maintain, is entire false. It was a mischievous fabrication intended to distract and to malign the integrity of the government of Dr. Dauda Lawal. So that is all I have for the channels. I hope you are convinced. Then coming to the AIT. Yes, I think you have missed it. There's a part of my speech I did mention that we have requested the security agencies. We have made official request to the security agencies, the police and the DSS, via the office of the Honorable Attorney General Dr. Abdul Aziz SAN. He has already written, and my office was in copy of an official complaint that the security agencies should assist the state in tracing and tracking these individuals, except they are faceless and cowards. So if their numbers and the emails that they are provided on their website, we are going to get them, and we need to hear from them. On what basis will they forge my own signature, forge His Excellency's signature, and place it all over the social media space? So we are going to follow up on that. Then the TVC, Theopolis, you made mention of a few months ago, one of the commissioners in the cabinet of His Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal. I want to believe they are referring to definitely in one of the visits that you see as a state government, there are some multiple levels of security engagements that you find. They come into the state from the federal, either from the Chief of Defense Staff, either from the Office of the National Security Advisor, and most often they will want the government to be aware of their presence, or they will want a representative of the government just to be with them, don't forget, there has been a continuous engagement from the federal level. They are engaging the bandits, but we are not engaging the bandits. So if any official is found with those officials, that does not mean that the state is wholly and completely part of whatever process. But of course, as a responsible government, if you are here to undertake or transact any lawful, meaningful business, the security forces are here, the police, the DSS, the civil defense, they inform us and we document it. But we tell you we are not part and we don't believe in what you are doing. But because you require us to just witness as in form of a company. So I want to believe that is what has happened. Because you are not able to mention which commissioner, I think I would have been able, so long as it is a security matter, I would have responded to you adequately. But you are not able to mention, is it the Honorable Commissioner Security or who? You are not able to mention, I will have responded adequately and tell you the purpose of that engagement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Honorable SSG has answered part of my questions, but for emphasis, I will reiterate on some. For example, there was a question on whether any action has been taken against the perpetrators of this unlawful act. And the Honorable SSG has informed you that, yes, the Honorable SSG has informed you that we have written to the relevant authorities for what needs to be done prelude to taking legal action is done. Now, before a legal action can be taken, the procedure is that the authorities must undertake an investigation and give the people that are alleged to have perpetrated that act. They must be given fair hearing, they must be invited, if at all they exist. That is one. Then number two, when we look at it from the angle of the law, the Supreme Court is emphatic that publication, even on physical newspaper, should be cautiously treated because they almost always bear the sentiment of the writer. It does not really represent the truth. As was rightly stated earlier, several publications of this nature have surfaced in earlier times. But what we do is to be mature enough to ignore because they don't say anything and they don't affect anything. But the precarious nature of this particular one made us to carry out this press conference. Then subsequently, when investigation reveals further issues, further facts, I believe the Honorable SSG will make it clear to the public. Now, on the allegation, on the question by one of the media outfits that a commissioner was found, even commonsensically, when you say a commissioner, that's a faceless person. A commissioner can be a dog. There is no definite identity. So if you want that answer, there is a further requirement of a name, an identity, time, place, the issue under discussion, because you can't just cite somebody from afar, talking with somebody and quickly, swiftly conclude that this is what they are discussing. I believe this will do. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and members of the press.